Hey, Stonedeaf TV here with Neil and Tyler of the Bastard Sons. How are you doing, guys? You
Hello.
excited for the show?
Yeah, very excited.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Looking forward to catching a
weather's-
tan and stuff.
I know it's
the
way
weather's
too hot out there.
exceptional. And yeah,
Yeah.
it should be great.
I've seen a lot of people in Phil Campbell shirts and Motörhead
Oh, is
shirts,
it?
so definitely there'll be no tumbleweeds when you're out there. So that's good.
It's good to know.
That's good, that's
No, it's good. Always a.
So your first full studio album was released last year, The Age of Absurdity, and how was that like making that? Because it's such a trying to avoid the wasps. It's
fine.
such a brilliant like energetic hard rock album. Did that come quite easily in the studio when you were making it?
I think it was quite easy.
Yeah.
It was just quite natural. We just practiced a few songs. Well, we just like practicing once a week, and most of the songs were pretty much already written in the studio.
Yeah.
So before we entered the studio, so
Mhm.
no, I think we were all happy with the outcome.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah,
quite
it was
straightforward, yeah.
Good face straight. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a difficult album to write, and it definitely wasn't a difficult album to record.
No.
The guy we got into to record it for us, Ramesh, we've all known him for a long time, so
Yeah.
it was very relaxed atmosphere in the studio.
Always helps when you know the producer anyway.
Yeah,
so
sure.
We did it locally to us as well. We didn't go very far.
Hmm.
I think the furthest we went was Rockfield,
Yeah.
which is maybe an hour away from where we live. So
Yep.
it was probably the most relaxed setup we could have arranged, really. And
Yeah.
I don't know if that indirectly helped with the
I'm
end
sure,
product.
yeah,
Who knows?
sure it
But
did, yeah.
There wasn't a deliberate choice for that.
Yeah.
But it was. It seemed to be over before it was started, really.
Mhm.
But we were really happy with it. Yeah.
I like how although it is such a brilliant, straightforward like rock and roll album, there's some really different tracks on there. For example, I think Into the Dark, which is quite a softer tone, and then you have Dark Days, which is more bluesy. So where did this come from, or what was the inspiration behind these tracks, or did it just come out?
I don't know.
Again, nothing preconceived about any of
Yeah,
it, really. Everyone I don't know. I mean, we're all listening to different music.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't like Phil is very into blues. Your dad, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I guess that would explain that one easily enough.
Yeah.
And like I listen to a lot of 90s stuff, so any kind of melodies may be influenced by that kind of style of music. And
Yep.
I guess we just wrote what we wrote at the time, wasn't it? We didn't go in and thinking, oh yeah, we'll do a softer one, we'll do a harder one.
yeah.
It's just it was what
It
it
just
was.
flows
basically.
naturally, yeah.
My dad always says, we just write songs. If they sound good, they're good. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what genre they are. If it's like a bluesy one or a fast punk.
Yeah.
If it's a good song, it's a good song.
Mhm.
So
I suppose the only thing we didn't know really when we were writing it was would it actually make the album?
yeah.
Because until you got the whole album recorded and you can listen back to every song, then you can kind of visualize where each
Where
song
things
fits
fit,
into
yeah.
an album. Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's quite clear on early on that Dark Days was a favorite of all of ours really,
Yeah.
and there was no chance of that not
Mhm.
making the album.
Yeah.
Even though it was technically a bit different to
Yeah.
some of the other styles of
I
music
do love
on the album.
the harmonica, especially on that one. That is
Yeah,
a really
Todd
cool
plays
touch.
that.
Yeah.
I think he tried to in sound check live once, and he's like, "Nah, I can't."
He has actually learned harmonica, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Like,
you had a harmonica phase, but that
Give me a
didn't
harmonica.
last long.
Give me one for Christmas.
That
and
one
I'll,
song.
Oh, I could do. Yeah.
You know,
Dark Days 2
Yeah.
I'll give it a go.
coming to an album near you soon.
I guess with the same thing with lyrics, are there any topics you're drawn towards, or again, do you just come up with things on the spot once you get into the studio? Or
I mean, some songs I kind of wanted to think of a story or a starting point to write a song about. Like a song called "Drop on the Needle" on the album is, basically about a love of vinyl records, and obviously there's been a resurgence in vinyl for many years now. And I've always liked that format of music myself as well.
Yep.
So that song was kind of written with a theme in mind. And at other times when I'm writing a melody, I'll just sing a line that'll be in my head, and that might take the song.
Yep.
That line might mean something for some reason, and then you build a song from that. So it can happen in many different ways. Really.
Yeah, sure. I especially I love in your live sets how you've got kind of the perfect balance between your own material, but then you'll play Motörhead songs as well, and not like obvious ones either. Like for example, you've played The Game and Just 'Cause You Got the Power. So how does it feel to kind of put your own spin on these songs, but still ultimately keeping them alive and heard amongst audiences?
I don't know really. It was quite fun when I've always been like a wrestling fan from when I was a young age. So when, it was quite cool when we originally did it because we did the Chris Jericho cruise. So it's like, oh, it makes sense if we chuck the game in the set, and then we kept the game in the set for the rest of the year. I think. Unfortunately, we're not going to play it today. It's only so much music you can fit into an hour. But no, we try to. Well, if there's a part we think needs a bit of a put our own stamp on it on a Motorhead song, we do that. And like Neil tries to like, he doesn't feel pressure to like sing exactly like Lemmy. He puts his own spin on it. So no, it was always fun tackling these Motorhead songs.
Yeah, and because there's a lot of them to choose from, I guess. So it's
probably like 200 odd.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, I guess. Is that there's so many that I suppose everybody has their own favorites and stuff. You know, you're never gonna be able to please everybody with which songs we choose, but we tried to every tour we do maybe bring a new one in, or you know, even one or two new ones in, just to give a little bit something new into the set that people want to hear it of. And Phil's always keen to, like, not like you said earlier, not just play the really well-known songs, but to play some more obscure ones, and we play some B-sides and stuff. And
then he's got his solo album coming out now, so we've got to squeeze some of those songs in now as well. So you will hear one tonight. So there you go, exclusive there.
So yeah, going back to Stonedeaf, this is quite a unique festival, as it's, you know, one day and it's, you know, harking back to Monsters of Rock. How do you feel about this kind of festival coming back into the UK festival scene?
I think it's pretty cool because, like obviously Castle Donington all those years ago, I've seen many. We watched Bad News the other day when they played, and it was always a funny memory. But I think these great one-day festivals are fantastic, and I heard so much. There was so much press. So I saw coming from Stonedeaf last year in their first year, and now our guitar tech actually was guitar tech for Skid Row last year. So he said it was a great festival. So we can't wait to go on the stage later today. And yes, the weather's here for it, so it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And you have a UK tour. Is it late October, November?
Yes, time? I think it's late October to November. I think Nottingham is probably the closest around this area we're playing. So we can check the dates on the website, etc. It should be good.
Can't remember the start date.
Stoke-on-Trent is the start, right?
I know the last one's Cardiff because that's our hometown show. So that's the 9th of November. So there's obviously some in between.
Good route in. That's all I can say.
Deliberate or not?
Definitely.
Have you got any? Have you been thinking of any new material or anything recently?
I think because my dad's been doing a solo album and stuff, he's been concentrating on that. But we have got a few riffs in the bag, and I think early next year, because we're so busy touring, I think early next year I'm going to start laying down some new songs and song ideas and stuff. So hopefully you'll have another Bastardsons album next year.
Very soon.
Yes.
I hope so.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. And I hope you have a brilliant show later.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.